Hey, Steve at Fox Can Farms. So we've got an '06 Chevy Express 3500. Recently, one of the problems we've had is when you hit the brake pedal, once in a while, the stop lamp fuse under the hood would blow. Remember, on these vehicles there's two sets of fuse boxes. One's under the seat, one's under the hood. So what I'm focused on here is the one under the hood. That was blowing. It's a 15 amp fuse. And it got to the point where every single time we hit the brake, it blew that fuse. So now we have no brake lights in the back. I'm going to show you something that we found that potentially might be your problem if you're having this same issue. It's right under your feet. Alright, so here we are on the driver's side of the vehicle. We've pulled up the carpet so you can kind of see where we're at. Now this stuff hanging here, this is the brake switch. We have that off only because we've been trying to do some troubleshooting. But here's the source of the problem. Come on over here a little closer, I'll show you what's going on. The way it's supposed to be, by design, from what we can tell, is that these wires, these were all originally taped, okay? They're taped together. And you can see here there's a piece of plastic to protect these wires. But when they come up here, there's nothing to protect them. They were taped together with electrical tape, and they're taped to, let's see if I can get it. They're taped to this piece right here, which goes over this metal stud right here. Now, what we found when we pulled this carpet back is this was still taped to here, but this had come off to the side, off the stud, and these wires were directly on that stud. And then, of course, what do you think we found? Have a look here, just to show you that it could be any number of these wires. So this could affect anything that's being run in the back. Could be your controller for your rear heat, in our case the brake lamps. So we actually have an issue with the main feed. This is the main power feed going to the fuse box under the seat. Here's our brake lamp issue. Things are shorting out on us, and this is why this is our problem. How did that happen? I really have no clue, because it shouldn't happen, right? But it did. So that's our reality. So we're going to be cutting through these. We're going to solder these back together. We'll put some waterproof heat shrink tubing on there. Now keep in mind it's the fuse under the hood that blows first, right? Why? Because the power is coming back, right? And it's going back to the fuse box underneath the seat. So it never hits that fuse box, so you don't get that to short out. So that all makes sense? One of the ways that we knew for sure that this was our problem was that we separated all those wires that we showed you that were bare, separated them, pressed the brake, and the fuse did not blow. So I guess the point is, at this point it looks like we don't have more than one short. The other thing I guess I could mention is on this feed, the big red here, the power source coming to the rear fuse box. The insulation was worn off. There was a little bit of corrosion there, so we've cleaned that up. We hit it with some flux. And our thought on this, and please leave a comment if you got a better idea. But this vehicle has 280,000 miles on it, so this is our thought to just kind of move forward and move on here. But we're going to put some liquid electrical tape on there to seal that up, maybe 1 or 2 layers of that. And then we're going to wrap it with, what do you call it, rescue tape, or it's like what is it, a neoprene or some sort of tape that's self-sticking tape. You can use it for sealing leaks and things like that, but it's also UL listed. So we'll wrap that probably a good 3 times back and forth. Then on the ends, because I seem to have a problem with that tape sort of unraveling, we'll put some electrical tape over it to help it from unraveling. Now that's what we're going to do. Certainly leave a comment. I'm sure there's a better way to do it. But we just thought maybe we could get by instead of splicing this, cutting this through and splicing it. I suppose we could put a butt connector on there. Instead of all that, we're gonna go with this. Alright, we've got this all put back together. We had to put some splices in here, and this one here, like I said, we Gonna clean that out, put some solder in there, put some liquid electric tape on there. We're gonna wrap this. So this solved the issue. So maybe this is your problem. Hope that helps you out, gives you some tips, and about all I can say is make it happen.